Hi, welcome back to Open Hand Farm. Today I am going to be pressing some flowers. I just love pressed flowers. And it's the middle of October, close to the end, and I still had several flowers that were blooming. So I took a variety and decided to order a flower press kit from Amazon. It was like $11. It wasn't real expensive. And I thought I would just walk you through pressing flowers with me today. The kit comes with these two boards that are the flower press boards. Then it has a package of kind of a thick cardboard-like thing. And these are called the drying plates. So you put a drying plate down, and then you put a lining paper. So it has a package of lining paper, and it's like a really thin newsprint. It comes with 10 of these lining papers. I don't know if they can be reused. It's kind of like a tissue paper, so you could probably use that instead. So we have our flower press board, our drying plate, our pressing paper, and then we add our flowers. So let's look here at what I have. I don't know how some of these will do. This is a snapdragon, and I know that I can't really press it, from on top like this, but I thought it would be interesting pressed this way. So I'm gonna lay a few of these on here. Just kind of look at which ones look the best. You don't want to press a flower that doesn't look very pretty. All right, then I also have these geraniums that I'll need to separate, but that's okay. When I put them back on another piece of paper, if I do that, I could always put them back together. So I will cut these as short as I can on the, I was gonna say as short as I can without breaking the flower apart. I blew that. So you definitely need to go below the base of the flower to hold it together. Okay, so there's two of those. I have some yellow snapdragons. And I think I have a pink one. But you know what? It doesn't look real pretty. It looks kind of worn and spent. So I'm not going to use that. Now, I do have these lantanas. I have several of these in different stages. I'm going to cut that as low as I can and lay it on here. This one is before it comes out into a full bloom. Now, this one is a full bloom. And see how tall it is? So I'm not sure how it's gonna do. We'll just have to see. All right, let me move things around here so I have room. I'm gonna go ahead and prepare all of my boards before I stack them, because I know it won't stay very well if I did that now. So we need another drying plate and another lining paper. Oops, those are connected. There we go. And now we'll do some more flowers. This is a Cosmo. And this part here, if I turn it, you can see it stands up really tall. I'm gonna see if I can cut that off. And press it this way. I've got a little bit more stem that I could cut off here. and press it like that and see how it does. I also have some calendula, and it is also kind of thick, but I'm hoping that I can go ahead and press it. Here's another Cosmo. I don't know how that would press. I'm just going to do this and see. Well, I don't know, maybe I'll leave one and see what we think. Okay, here's another one. I'm going to cut that one off in the middle. Got a little bit of a stem left. All right, these are my yellow flowers. I had this other lantana, but it was kind of falling apart, like it was kind of spent. But I found some that had not completely opened. So I'm going to go ahead and put more of that on, because I think that'll press okay. Let's see what else I've got here. Now this is a Coreopsis, and it's not as tall in the middle as the Cosmo is. I'm going to cut a little bit more off here. So we'll see how it does. I think there's a little bug in there. Let me get him out. Yep. Sorry, little bug. I don't want to press you. And let's see. Here's another Coreopsis. All right, I'm going to set this board aside. Actually, I'm going to move these around just a little bit, give a little bit more room to these Coreopsis. All right, lots of pretty yellows and oranges. Set those aside and get another drying plate. This comes with 4 drying plates. Another lining paper. Okay, let me see what we have here. Now I also have from the lantana plant some very tiny little buds. So I'm gonna try those because it's nice to have a variety of flowers if you're working with dried flowers. Okay, here's a smaller, like I said, a variety of sizes is nice. So this is a smaller Coreopsis. And a smaller Cosmo. I'm going to leave the middle in that one and see what happens. Now, I thought this might be interesting, except I didn't know if I picked a pretty one. Oh, this one's pretty. These are nasturtiums, and this one is not all the way open yet. Very interesting looking. I really like that. So I'm gonna try this one, kind of put it so that when it's flattened, you can see the inside of the flower still. And then I didn't know if I could do a whole nasturtium and open it out. I'm gonna have to cut this little, got a little ant there. Nope, you stay there, little ant. Okay, I'm gonna have to cut this little spiky thing off that's on it. Let me kind of open it up and see what it looks like. See if we're gonna like it. I don't know. We'll leave it and we'll see what we think. Here's a smaller one, but it looks kind of spent and messed up. So I don't really want to do that. All right, and then here are some nasturtium leaves. Let's do a big one and a smaller one. I picked more than I'm going to be able to press. Actually, I'm not going to press this one because it's so big. All the other flowers are kind of smaller, so I don't want to waste space on something so big that I don't even know if I'm going to like. So I'm going to kind of put these a little bit closer here. Move these over. All right, I also have these little bitty borage flowers, little purple borage flowers that have a little black thing in the middle there. Some of them weren't as pretty as others. This one's all lavender. That one's got some pink on it. Let's see what we've got here. This one has some green on it still. That's kind of nice. Then I thought, why not try some different leaves? So here are some mint leaves, and I could break them off separately, but I'm gonna leave them together. Whoops, their stem fell on that flower. There we go. I'm gonna leave them together. And then I have a lemon thyme and a regular thyme that I thought would be pretty. I'll set this one aside. And we have one more board. And get a paper. Okay, I have some parsley leaves that I thought would be nice. That one's kind of smaller, different sizes here. And some anise hyssop leaves. Mostly I just want to see if they still smell like black licorice when they're pressed. Here's a couple together, might be nice. And some smaller ones. And this is yarrow, real nice. Actually, I'm gonna take some of this off so I have room for yarrow. A real nice fern plant that would make a good flower stem. Okay. I think that's all that's gonna fit. I do have a couple more of the tiny little lantanas that I can put there. Okay, now it's time to stack all of these boards together. Okay, so in order to stack these boards, we have to put a foam layer in. It's a sponge, they call it. So we're gonna put the sponge in, and then on top of this sponge goes the next drying board, and then another sponge. I feel like I need to press it down, I don't know. And then another drying board. Get that paper centered there. There we go. Another sponge. And another drying board. The last sponge. And then the other flower press board. Okay, so let me make room here. At this point, I need to use these straps that came with it. And we're going to lay them on the straps. Like I said, you guys, this is low price flower pressing I'm sure there are others that has like, you know, the little screws in the corners that you can do, which you could add those to this, I assume, if you wanted to. So I'm putting this on these straps with the Velcro down, and I'm hoping that is correct. Now we're going to put this through and pull this tight and fold this back over. Now I'm going to kind of do it a little at a time. I'm trying to push down and pull at the same time. Okay, this is what I'm learning. You should put the buckles over on like this edge. That way you have plenty of room for this to move. All right, now I'm gonna move this one over. I think that's pretty good. So what I do now is I put these in a bag. They call it a eco bag. After you put it in there, you wait for 2 days to get pressed flowers. So now we wait. Okay, it's been 2 days. So now we're gonna take our flowers out and see how well they press. All right, we'll take it out of our eco bag and open our Velcro. All right, take that off. And then we'll lift one of our boards, lift a foam. Ooh. I used to have a flower press years ago when I was like 12, and I feel like it took longer to do this. Now it did kind of mess up the foam. I'll probably try to pick this out. It looks like I can, so that I don't have that mash onto another flower or leaf later. Well, isn't that exciting? Look at those beautiful flowers. Can you see them? It's interesting that the color is still so vibrant in some of these, but this one, the color is not as vibrant as it was, but it's okay. All right, I'm gonna set that aside here. And here's another drying board, another foam. Oh, the leaves look nice. I went and got a couple of my silhouette tools to see if this will help kind of pull them off the foam. It's kind of embedded in the foam. There. That's nice. Got some good colors there. Okay. Let's lift this one up. Let's see if this will work here. Okay. Those turned out pretty cool. But again, look how the colors really aren't as vibrant in these lantana as they were. And one more. This one I think has more leaves than anything. Yeah. Except for those tiny lantanas. All right. Those turned out really, really nice. These little feathery, can you see that? Let me do this. That's so pretty. They're so thin. Now you might ask me what I'm going to do with all these flowers, and why did I take the time to do them? I have a list so long of a million things I could be doing. Well, I had to do them now. When I make a list of jobs to do, I make a list and I go through it and organize it by time. We are at our first frost date. It has been in the low 40s, like 41 in the evenings. So the flowers were beginning to look sad. I knew that if I didn't pick them now to do this, I couldn't do it in a week if it decided to throw a frost on them. It would ruin them. So I did it. And what I will do with them is I have these blank cards that I ordered from Amazon. And I am going to tape them with a little tape runner onto this card. And that will give me several cards that I could make with these little flowers that I could write notes to people and just share the summer beauty in this cooler weather going into fall. So let's put one together. These are just a few things that I wanted to do with dried flowers. I've never really worked with them a lot, just a little, in like a ladies' craft day or something like that. Tell me what you do with dried flowers. I'm always wanting to learn. And I want to thank you for always wanting to learn also. Because of you and your faithfulness to my channel, I hit 2,000 subscribers this week, and I could not be happier. I remember when I hit 100 and I thought, why would 100 people want to watch me? So thank you so much for coming along. And if you are new here and you haven't subscribed, please do. We would love to have you as part of our Open Hand family. You are all such encouragements to me, and I hope that you are able to be encouraged by me as well. Thank you so much. And until next time, blessings on you and yours. We're doing some early morning stamping, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you having fun?
Yeah, and I just turn around because there's a whole lot of not much room under that one.
Oh, you need to turn your paper over?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I made 2 strawberries, and I just made 1 heart.
I see that heart. That's nice.
Oopsies.